Hello everyone, this is Jasmine, aka Gladiator and I'm back with a video, or really a short little video or overview over the Rhythmic Moon Month that we began yesterday on December the 13th. I guess just before I get into the info, I want to thank y'all who are new or returning to my channel for supporting me and just for tuning in and being a part of this community that I'm building. So thank you for that, and I hope that this reaches y'all well. And I mean, I always say that, but I really do mean that, especially in knowing how a lot of us are just really going through very challenging, very difficult, moments and situations within our life of really having to make the changes and having to make the shifts and the moves that we have been talking about, that we have been essentially encouraging ourselves and revving us up to do, through this whole year, through this whole process of us beginning to understand what it is that needs to be released, why it needs to be released, seeing, how it's been, playing a part and affecting all of what's been going on within our own lives or on a collective scale, and then being able to actually manifest those changes, being able to, make those releases or rebuild those connections or build new connections, whatever it is that is really taking place to kind of create this new foundation for this path that is opening up for all of us. So I don't really want to make this super specific about any sort of planetary transits or whatnot, because that's usually what I do in my other videos. So with this, I just really want to make it a brief overview of this month, and so I can introduce the month as well as provide the free download that I have begun to provide for you guys, so that you can follow along with your calendar, as well as so you can follow along the Mayan astrology, so you can kind of see how it all plays together, as well as so you can also, synchronize your life and really begin to work with the energy in a way where you can not only plan your life with it, but you're also able just to better understand what is taking place, just being better able to go with the flow. I find that, when you know what the flow is, it's a lot easier to go with it. And so that's why I'm providing these calendars and really finding ways to make this information more practical for you guys. So yeah, just going into essentially the overall message that I feel for this month, which you can read a little bit more in detail in the download, where I'll provide, the collective message and oracle for you guys. But, as I've been saying, these things that have been bothering us, these things that we've been working on releasing through this time, it's finally time for us to make those moves. And it's not even about us always feeling super confident about making those moves. To be honest, I feel like right now maybe a lot of us aren't feeling super confident, and that's kind of even that point where, like, where you feel that sense of insecurity, that lack of confidence, that, wondering if you can do it, or wondering if this is really what's important or necessary for you. This is where I feel is really being called for us to not necessarily just take a risk, but it's about us really making these moves that we have felt, especially I feel for a long time, or at least for, longer than, a week or so. Like, this is just a deeper feeling that there's something that we're really having to release. It doesn't have to always be like a person or like a very physical sort of entity. We could even, as I've been talking about over the past, couple months, this could even be about the beliefs that you're having to release. There's, and even with the beliefs, we can see how this does tie into our, our physical, experience, where, maybe we do have to actually release certain people or, certain activities that we engage in. Just however this does manifest for us, we're having to actually make those cuts and really make those changes at this time. But there is this, not just the energy that can come with the discomfort of making hard choices or of making moves that we're not used to making. all those doubts and fears, they will always come up and be willing to discourage you or deter you from making these choices or making these decisions that you really feel are important for you. And so I think it's important for us to know that it's not really about being focused on what is supposedly like right or wrong in some illusionary objective way. We're having to tap into, what it is that we have been feeling ourselves, the signs and the symptoms that we have been feeling, not only on an emotional level, but even a physical level, where we can start to see the crystallization, I feel, of all of the like intuitive messages that we have been getting. I feel like now it's like beginning to manifest through physical or material changes and losses and releases and just a bunch of different things that are happening, not only because we're coming into this brand new arc, but I feel like, again, it's also just very resonant with the end of 2019, the fact that we're coming into a brand new year, but also at the very beginning of this brand new year too, we have a few eclipses that will be, I feel, even more paramount to, really urging this transition and really getting us to kind of, birth this new consciousness and birth this new paradigm, this new viewpoint of the way we even see, our world, the way that we see other people. And again, these are all things I've been talking about, over the past couple months up to, a year now. But I feel, especially coming to, this, not just this particular month, but coming into a lot of these shifts at this present time, it's really about us actually making those physical leaps, making those actual transitions. So, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this very short overview. And yeah, I hope that everyone has been doing all right. I really hope that this is really bringing some confirmation, or hopefully at the very least some affirmation that what you're going through or the challenges that you may be facing are not something that is made up in your head, or something that you just have to get over, or something that you're being overly sensitive about. Because I feel like we can beat ourselves up, especially when, not only especially, as, human beings, or just as characters, as people that want to progress, that want to, achieve, that want to be better, but also, on the level where we feel so close. We feel so close to closing so many different cycles and closing so many different lessons that it can really feel like maybe it's never gonna end, or that maybe, it's all in our head. But I really feel that, not just with the message that I feel is coming through me, but also just the synchronicity that I feel with the collective of us all just feeling really weary, really tired, just really like having to harness the deepest fires within us to keep going, to continue to see our vision through. So yeah, I really hope that this resonates with y'all, and that I do always hope that you guys are receiving these messages and finding the resonance and seeing how it does play into your life. So yeah, thank you so much as always for tuning in and just allowing me to talk to you guys, and to just try to be further connected with the community and just with the globe, as we're, as I said, we're all going through these things. And as we all begin to awaken and open up in our own different ways, we can all kind of find each other on the path and welcome each other, as we all begin to embrace our own paths, but we all like are on this underlying unified path. So yeah, without further ado and any more rambling, I hope that you guys have a wonderful month, a wonderful rest of 2018. And yeah, as always, I've got more content and tons of stuff that I'm always working on behind the scenes and soon to be uploaded. So yeah, tune in for more content, as well as the weekly message on Instagram should be uploaded either today or tomorrow. So yeah, just stay tuned with my social media. You can find me on Instagram at gladiatorinsweats, which you can see a link for that, as well as a link to my website in the description box. And yeah, so without further ado, I really hope that you guys really make the most of this time and really not necessarily push forward, but really allow ourselves to be human, allow ourselves to like quote unquote fall, but remember that it's always in being able to stand back up and being able to continue on and being able to see through to completion, these journeys. So yeah, until next video, and until most likely the next week when I will, or not even next week, the next couple of days when I will do the new wave spell video. So I will be speaking to y'all shortly. So until next time, much love and many blessings.